All right, welcome to PriceIsKing.com. Let's talk about what happened today based on what I discussed yesterday. So we're going to look at the ES, the NQ, and YM, the three main futures that we trade here at PriceIsKing.com. Now, remember what I said. There's going to be a profit-taking day, and that's what's really transpired today. All right. Now, I'm going to zoom in here, take a look at what's happening. And this is on a daily chart. We're looking at NQ. Make sure whatever information that you get out of this chart or everything is for educational purposes only. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you haven't, make sure you do check out the risk right here. All right. Anything that you get, everything on this channel is for educational purposes only. All right. So with that said, I want to zoom in over here. Let's see that's too much. Let's see exactly what happened from yesterday. All right. So I told you we're going to get some downward pressure, and that's exactly what happened. All right. You got some. This is on a daily chart. So each of these are daily candles. Remember, the RAM indicator right here is holding it in, which is great, because that basically kind of gives you a support area. And this is on the NQ, right? It went up as high as the mid-band on the Bollinger Band. And what happened with that? Right, it crossed it, and then it came back down. So there are some resistance points here. And why is that? Because, look, you have resistance points over here. You got some resistance points over here. So there's a lot of play out here, right? So obviously that's what brought it down, right? But the main thing to look at is our RAM indicator, which kind of held it in. Okay, so tomorrow what we need to do is we want to make sure that this holds in. Even if it goes down, we want to make sure that it doesn't break this area. Okay? So the 142 area, in that area, obviously I just put 142, that's the previous candle, right? But if you look at it before that, right, there's another candle that kind of held it in right around the same number. And then you have a whole bunch of these candles right here. So a lot of these, there's a support area in this particular area, right? And the reason why I mentioned this area is because what's going to happen is on Monday, Trump is taking over presidency, right? And so when he takes over that presidency, everybody's going to be happy, or the markets are going to be happy. The crypto enthusiasts are going to be happy, right? And so come Tuesday, the markets are going to go up, right? So this right here is going to be slated, whether it closes here tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Likely the mid-band is going to get touched again tomorrow. And then if that happens, then we're looking at the next leg up, which would be somewhere in the 600s or possibly even higher on Tuesday, depending on what everybody's moods are. Right now, the bulls could take that up really high. So keep that in mind. This is what's happening on the NQ. Same thing probably happened on the ES. I didn't trade ES today, but take a look. Same pretty much, right? The RAM indicator held it in. See that? Kind of held it in. And on the ES, we're looking at the mid-band being held in as well. So that pretty much gives us indication that the bulls are still in control. They still have some room for an upward movement. We have the MACD showing positive signs of continued pressure upwards. And then we also have, let's see what the volume looks like. The volume obviously doesn't look as great because it's a down day, profit-taking day, right? But the past few days have been green, green, green. This could just be, a breath of fresh air for the bulls taking profits. With that said, look at what happened here. There is some pressure from the bears right here. You see this big wick? You want to be mindful of that. Okay, so it's not completely, like the bulls are not like completely fully in control, but you do want to realize that there's some support area right in this area. And then we got some news with the presidency that's going to likely to drive it up further. Let's see what's going on with the YM. Okay, so look at the YM, right? We got the RAM indicator. That looks to me like the RAM indicator held it in for the Dow, right? The Dow Mini. It's above the mid band. You're looking at the Bollinger Band right here, right? The mid band. They cross it up. I talked about this yesterday, that as long as this continues to go upward and RAM becomes support, what does that mean? That just basically means that, okay, the bulls have another leg up. And we're looking at the 696, almost the 700 range, okay? And possibly even higher. And what it's going to do is it's going to likely try to go ahead and go up towards right here, the upper band, right, on the Bollinger Band. We've got a huge indication right here on the MACD that there's further room upwards that it's looking to likely target. And the bulls seem to be in control here as well on the volume. Like if you look at the volume, the bears don't, have that much going for them at this point, right? So this is what's happening on the 3 instruments, right? I mean, if you're looking at this, look at the ADs, pretty powerful. Right now, today, on a profit-taking day, you're going to see sellers being in control most of the day, right? And that's just normal, right? This is what price action is, and this is how it's going to behave. Let's look at another one. Let's see what happened with Tesla. All right, so Tesla on a daily chart, okay, you had some highs up here. Slowly it went down, up, down, and so remember, RAM indicator tied it in, it held it in for support. It's trying to break the mid band. Okay, so mid band is acting like a resistance in this area, but at the same time, it's breached it, right? So if this continues, we're going to have some upward momentum into at least the 450 range. Yes, a positive movement over here on the MACD, and we got some, and that's a great volume. I don't see like big candles like this, but that's why we take additional indicators and kind of follow through with a lot of these other things, right? You don't want to overwhelm your charts, but that's where we are. All right. Let's see what's going on with. Oh, so this is an ETF. All right. I don't know if you guys look at ETFs, but that's something similar that you can follow on the ETFs. And this is the Yield Max NVIDIA Option Strategy ETF. All right. Now, if you're trading ETFs, you can kind of take the same strategy and look at it. If you're doing dailies, majority of the time, people don't day trade ETFs, but you can still do the same thing with ETFs. Because some of these ETFs are a lot cheaper than the actual stock price, and you can take advantage of that. Chart. It's below the RAM. It's hovering on the lower band. There's some room upwards. It's going to navigate towards the mid band, and then I'm going to try to go back up to the RAM. Okay. Not much to see, but if you're a day trader, you probably want to take a little bit of a long here and see. Obviously, you see there's a leg down here for support. There's another support area, right? And then you have another support area over here, right? So all of these indicate that there's a buying opportunity. With that said, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Let me know if any other stocks that you want me to look at. I'd be happy to take a look at. Remember to like and subscribe. PriceIsKing.com.